Hello students, myself Harisankar Prasad Tonde and I am Assistant Professor and Head in the Department of Computer Science, Sant Gahira Guru University, Sarkuja, Ambikapur. So students, we are going to discuss in today's class about network security, and it is a requirement of partial fulfillment of MSc's Computer Science students and MSc Information Technology students of 4th semester. So in this network security we are going to discuss the unit number 5, which is comprising of system security, and inside this particular topic, inside this particular unit, we are going to discuss the topic firewall and its types. What actually is firewall, how it is going to be used, and how it is useful to us in various types of modes or situations. So students, in this particular side, we are going to discuss regarding the firewall. This is the particular firewall. As the name indicates, it is a protective wall between your computer, your network, and the outside network or the internet. So what happens, suppose this is a particular computer which you are residing on, and you want to send some files to any other computer or any other network or across the internet. So what happens, from this particular system the data is going outside, and in this particular network there will be installed a firewall on the network layer. So what happens, this particular firewall is going to particular filter the data or the packets which you are going to send. If any malicious software is not attached or any type of viruses are not being attached with that particular file, and after filtering that particular data, it will be sent to the outside network. So what happens, when the firewall filters the particular data, then what happens, any type of malicious software or malicious files is going to be killed by this particular firewall, and a protective data is going to be sent from the particular this network to another network. And likewise, what happens, if from the outside network or outside world the particular data is going to go inside the particular network, then what happens, this firewall is again in between the whole world and your computer, and it just what do is it just filters the data which is coming from outside the network, and after filtering, and if any type of malicious files are there, then killing that particular files and killing the particular type of viruses or some worms or whatever it may be, spywares or something like that, and it will be killed, and afterwards the pure file is going to be transferred from the particular network to the concerned system. So this is the particular job of this firewall. So I hope you understand what actually is the working of this firewall. So in the next slide, we are going to discuss what actually is a firewall. A firewall is a device installed between the internal network of an organization and the rest of the network. It is designed to forward some packets and filters others. For example, a firewall may filter all incoming packets destined for a specific host or a specific server, such as HTTP, Hypertext Transfer Protocol, or it can be used to deny access to a specific host or a service in the organization. So students, what actually happening is, a firewall is a device and a software which is being installed in the internal network of your organization or particular institutions. So what happens, when any data is being communicated from your network to outside network, it is being filtered, and afterwards it is being transferred to the whole world, so that the pure data is going to communicate from your network. So likewise, what happens, it also filters the incoming packets also. Suppose any data is approaching to you, then it also filters that particular data, and afterwards it will be transferred towards the particular network, and within that particular network any user is going to be, means the source computer is going to be available. So likewise the data is being transferred. So this is the particular definition of a firewall. Now we are going to discuss the architecture of firewall. What actually is the architecture of a firewall? A firewall is often installed away from the rest of the network so that no incoming request gets directly to the private network resources. If it is configured properly, systems on one side of the firewall are protected from the systems on the other side. So students, one thing you have to keep in your mind is the firewall is a protective layer which is installed on your network so that the data is being purified and filtered, and afterward the data is going towards outside world, and from the outside world the data is first purified or filtered, and afterwards it is going inside to the network. So this is the major task. And now we are going to discuss the architecture. Then architecture will be based on two methodologies which we are going to discuss now. So first one is, a firewall can allow any traffic except what is specified as restricted. So our firewall can allow any traffic, any type of data, and having various types of resources and various types of servers we are going to communicate, and all those datas are being transferred and being communicated through various types of networks, is being approached towards the destinations system or destinations network. So this is one methodology of the architecture of the firewall. Another one is the firewall can deny any traffic that does not meet the specific criteria based on the network layer on which the firewall operates. And so you all know such type of things is very reliable, and a firewall may be concerned with the type of traffic or with the source or destination addresses and ports. So you can imagine that somebody is protective towards you, somebody is caring towards you, somebody is asking what you are going to communicate, somebody is filtering what you are going to speak up. So this is the work of the firewall, and the architecture is very useful. Why? Because without the passing from the particular firewall, no data is going to be communicated outside the world. So this is the important and major aspect of the firewall. Now students, we are going to discuss the types of the firewall. What are the various types of firewalls? So as the firewall is working in various types of modes, depending upon the mode of communication, depending upon the mode of restrictions and authentications and filtering and purifying the particular data, it will be classified into various types. And in this particular slide we are going to discuss 7 types of firewalls which are present inside the particular various types of networks, and this type is being classified with the help of their working style. So let's start. What are the particular types of firewalls? First type of firewall is the hardware firewall. Second one is the software firewall. Third one is the packet filter firewall. Fourth one is the proxy firewall. Fifth one is the application gateways. Sixth one is the circuit level gateways, and seventh one is the stateful packet inspection. This is very important, SPI. So let's students discussing each and every one individually so that we are going to understand it very well. So the first one is the hardware firewall. What actually is a hardware firewall? Is a hardware firewall is preferred when a firewall is required more than one machine. Means if there is a requirement to protect one machine and more than one machine, then the need of the hardware firewall is being accomplished. So what happens? Hardware firewall provides an additional layer of security up to the physical network. So what is the main purpose of this type of firewall is it provides an additional layer of the security to the physical network. So students, you understand this, it provides an additional layer. So that's why it is very useful to us. Why? Because when there is a physical part approaching to us, physical part available within the network, then it will definitely helpful for the purification and the filtering of the data. So this is the major task of this hardware firewall. After discussing this hardware firewall, now we are switching towards the second type of firewall, and that is the software firewall. So students, what actually is software firewall? A software firewall is a second layer of security and secures the network from malware, worms and viruses and email attachments. So students, if there is any requirement like the protection from the malwares, malicious softwares, malware means malicious softwares, it is a short form of malicious software, mal and software. From malicious software, this mal and ware is going to be merged so that a malware is going to be erased. And after, when there is requirement of worms means write once, read many times, and some type of viruses, and even if the email attachments are also, we have to we have the requirement from for protecting such type of things, and definitely it is very useful in the form of software firewall. What actually it do is it generally look after program and can be customized based on network requirements. Software firewalls can be customized to include antivirus programs and to block sites and images. So the main task is we have to include antiviruses in the form of various types of programs, and it also blocks the sites and images so that any type of mischievous websites or mischievous images is not going to appear across the world. So this is the main task of the software firewall. So students, now we are going to moving towards the third type of firewall, and that firewall is known as packet filtering firewall. As we all know, packets are nothing but it is a combination of various frames, and frames are nothing but it is a combination of various bytes. So when such type of communication is there, when the packets are being used for communicating the data, and likewise we need the requirement of packet filtering firewalls. So what actually is happening in this is packet filtering firewall filters at the network or transport layer. As you all know students, there are 7 layers in the OSI reference model, and the third layer is the network layer, and the fourth layer is the transport layer. And when any data is being communicated from one transport layer to another transport layer, then what happens, we have to purify the data before communicating the data. We have to filter the data, and when it is coming outside from the network, then also it is very requirement that we have to filter the particular data before switching towards the network. So in that particular reason, the packet filtering firewalls are installed on the network layer or in the transport layer, so that the data is being filtered in the form of some packets approaching towards us and packets going outside from our network. So what happens, it provides network security by filtering network communications based on the information contained in the TCP IP header of each packet. As we all know, TCP IP header packet is having 16 bits and 32 bits and with the help of this particular header packets only we are going to communicate our data from the source to destination head, and various types of things are available so that the data is being filtered. So what happens, a packet filter firewall is actually a router that uses a filtering table to decide which packets must be discarded. So what happens, it uses a router and a filtering table to decide which packets are discarded. If any packet is working as mischievous or something abnormal, then what happens, it is being discarded with the help of this packet filtering firewalls. So packet filtering makes decisions based upon the following header information. So as we all know, TCP IP header of each packet, various types of formats are there. So likewise we are going to make some decisions so that the data is being communicated from the source computer to the destination computer. So let's think what actually is going to happen. Let's discuss what actually is the working of the packet filtering firewall. First one is the source IP address, second one is the destination IP address, third one is the network protocol in use, that is TCP, ICMP or UDP. TCP or UDP source port is required, TCP or UDP destination port is required. If the protocol is ICMP, then its message type is going to be required. So what happens, it must be having some decision so that the data is being communicated frequently from your network to another network, or vice versa from any other network to your network. So this is about the packet filtering firewall. Now we are going towards the fourth type of firewall, and that is proxy firewall. As you all know, proxy means what happens. Proxy is same copy, which is such type of filtering work has. For example, if you can say, the packet filter firewall is based on information available in the network and the transport layer header. However, sometimes we need to filter a message based on the information available in the message itself as in the application layer. So what happens? Proxy means it is substitute of the original server. And what happens if any intruder or any attacker is going to attack the particular proxy server? Then what happens? It must be damaged. But if it is damaged, then what happens? The working style is not going to be suffer. Why? Because the original one is kept secure. So for that particular reason, there is a thinking arises that proxy firewall can also be a type of firewall which helpful to us in the working style. So that's why the proxy firewall is going to be stabilized in the particular type of the firewalls. So what happens? For example, assume that an organization only allows those users who have previously stabilized business relations with the company. Then access to other users must be blocked. So likewise, this is the particular thing. Our case is taken. Suppose we are having a company and only those users or those particular customers are going to be viewed by us which are our customers. So in that particular case, it is very difficult to use the other users which are not of our clients. So those must be blocked. So likewise, the proxy firewall is going to be work. So in this case, packet filter firewall is not feasible because it can't distinguish between the different packets arriving at TCP port 80. And why? Because there is nothing like which are our clients, which are not our clients. The particular firewall is going to be distinguished. So students, the fifth particular type of firewall is application gateways. It is also one important type of firewall, students. These firewalls analyze the application level informations to make decisions about whether or not to transmit the packets. So first of all, application gateways are installed on the application layer, and this helps us to provide the systematic arrangement of the particular data which are residing in the application layer. Application layer gateway act as an intermediary for applications, intermediary for applications such as emails, FTPs, telnets, HTTP, and so on. These are various type of services and protocols which are available in the application layer. An application gateway verifies the communication by asking for authentication to pass the packets. It can also perform conversion functions on data if necessary. For example, what happens? An application gateway can be configured to restrict the FTP commands to allow only get commands and deny put commands. So in the form of this particular thing, application gateways are very useful to us. So why? Because it provides the services to the particular emails, FTPs, telnet, and HTTP. So this is the fifth one of firewall type. So next one is the circuit level gateways. So the sixth type is the circuit level gateways, and what actually it is. Circuit level gateways work at the session layer of the OSI model or the TCP layer of the TCP IP. They forward data between the networks without verifying it. So students, it is a particular type of gateway which is installed in the TCP layer or the OSI model layer in the particular sessions layer. So the particular when the session means what actually is, when any customer is being started communication from one port to another port, then a session is being stabilized from source to destination. How much time it will take, what number of packets it is going to be communicated from source to destinations, it must be managed. So this is the working of the particular session layer. So likewise, what happens? The TCP connections from the trusted network to the untrusted network is going to be reliable, and for this particular purpose, circuit level gateways are being used. This means that a direct connection between the client and the server never occurs. So in this particular way, what happens? In normal practice, client and server is going to be connected directly, but what happens when there is a firewall approaching in between the particular client and the server, then what happens, the gateway is the intermediary particular part which is having the use of the circuit level, and afterwards what happen, the data is being filtered from one to another so that it is being communicated. So this is all about circuit level gateways. Now we are switching towards the seventh type of firewall, that is stateful packet inspection. What actually is a stateful packet inspection? Firewall permits and denies packets based on a set of rules very similar to that of a packet filter. What happens, it permits or denies packets based on a set of rules. So this is the particular working of the stateful packet inspection. However, what happens when a firewall is state aware, it makes access decisions not only on IP addresses and ports but also on the synchronization, acknowledgements, sequence numbers and other data contained in the TCP header. So this is very important. Why? Because stateful packet inspection is also required when the time of at the time of communication of the data from the source to destination. So this type of firewall helps us in the packet arrangements and the presentation of the particular layer. So what happens, it is actually available for the presenting of the data from the source end or to the destination end, so that the data being arranged in a proper format, and it must be purified and filtered accordingly the type of firewall we are going to use. So what is actually in the next slide is, the next slide comprises of firewall identification. How we come to know whether a network is having a firewall. So this is very important question. So students, now we are going to discuss this. Because firewalls are usually a first line of defense in the virtual perimeter, or to breach the network from a hacker perspective, it is required to identify which firewall technology is used and how it's configured. So these are the various types of questions which arises in our mind. So let us discuss all these things in brief, so that what actually is going to happen. Some tactics are used for popularly is, first one is the port scanning. What is port scanning is, hackers use it for investigating the ports used by the victims. So hackers use it for investigating the ports used by the victims. So what happens, some victims are there which is going to be used some type of ports. The hackers are going to use for that, and they are going to investigate the particular ports, and likewise it will be easier to identify which type of victims are there and how it is going to be used, and which addresses, IP addresses, they are going to be used. So this is nothing but this is class full of scanning which is in the part of the IP addresses. So next identification is the firewalking. What is firewalking? The process of using trace route like IP packet analysis in order to verify if a data packet will be passed through the firewall from source to host of the attacker to the destination host of the victim, then we are going to use the firewalking firewall. So this is the firewall identification users. What happens when we are going to use the trace route like IP packet analysis, then what happens, we have to walk from one packet to another packet, from host to the particular destination's computer, and likewise the attackers are going to be used, and the destination host of the victim is going to be identified. So this is the particular role of the firewalking. Next one is the banner grabbing. Banner grabbing, what actually is, this is a technique to enable a hacker to spot the type of operation systems or application running on a target server. It works through a firewall by using what looks like legitimate connection. So this is about the banner grabbing. So friends, now it's time to discuss regarding the advantages and disadvantages of the firewall, because we have already discussed which are the various types of firewalls which is being used, and likewise the architecture of the firewall we are going to discuss. Even afterwards we are going to discuss the particular how the particular identification of the firewall is going to be performed. Now it's time to discuss the advantages and disadvantages of the firewalls. So first advantage is a firewall is an intrusion detection mechanism. Firewalls are specific to an organization's security policy. So firewall is an intrusion detection mechanism. It will be specific to any organization's security policy. So this is the first advantage. Second advantage is firewalls can be configured to bar incoming traffic, to POP and SNP, and to enable email access. This is the second particular advantage. Third advantage is firewalls can also block email services to secure against spam. So if any type of spam is appearing towards your email and you are going and you are facing such type of problems regarding the spam, so we are going to use the firewalls for the blocking of the email services. Fourth one is the firewalls can be used to restrict access to specific services. So this is the fourth advantage. What actually is happening in this is the firewall can grant public access to the web server but prevent access to the telnet and the other non-public daemons. So what is the next advantage is firewall verifies the incoming and outgoing traffic against firewall rules. It acts as a router in moving data between the networks. And students, the last advantage is firewalls are excellent auditors. Given plenty of disk or remote logging capabilities, they can log any and all traffics that passes through. So these are the various types of advantages which we are going to discuss currently. So now it's time to discuss the disadvantages. What are the disadvantages? Suppose you think when you are using the firewall, what type of disadvantages will appear to you. This is also the very important concept, very important need to know what actually are the disadvantages while working with the firewall. So let's discuss. A firewall can't prevent revealing sensitive information through social engineering. So when we are using some social site like Facebook, Twitter, WhatsApps, and what happens, it is not in a position to prevent the revealing sensitive informations. So this is the major drawback. Next drawback is firewall can't protect against what has been authorized. What has been authorized is can't be particular protected. Firewalls permit normal communications of approval applications. It will kill the data which is having the malicious softwares or malicious files, but it is not in a position to protect against what has been authorized. Next disadvantage is firewalls are only as effective as the rules they are configured to enforce. So what are the rules being enforced in the particular firewall? They are applicable only that much. So this is another drawback. Firewalls cannot stop attacks if the traffic does not pass through them. Firewall cannot work, cannot stop, cannot filter, cannot verify if the traffic is not going to be passed from it. So this is also a major disadvantage. And the last disadvantage is firewall also can't secure against tunneling attempts. So this is the last disadvantage of the particular firewall. So students, thank you very much. This is all in today's class, and I hope you understand very well regarding the firewall, its types, its architecture, its identification, its advantages and disadvantages. And I hope you can understand this very well. It will be very useful for your particular preparation of the examinations point of view. And I hope this video will provide you very much information regarding firewall. And as you all know, firewall is one of the important topic from unit number 5, and I think it must be asking by various teachers at the time of examination. So students, be prepared, be watch, and be aware of various types of malicious softwares, and I think it will be useful to you. Thank you so very much from this particular time, and I think I am very much glad to provide some information regarding the particular firewalls. Thank you so very much. Thank you, students.